Hello, my name is Patricia Gonzalez, and today's presentation will be on the initiatives and referendums in Arizona. The objectives for this presentation are to explain what an initiative and referendum are, explain how an initiative and referendum are created, compare and contrast initiatives and referendums, analyze the pros and cons of each, and to synthesize how they form part of direct democracy. So what is an initiative? An initiative is when citizens propose either a new law or an amendment, which is a change to a current law. What is a referendum? A referendum is when state legislature proposes an amendment, again a change to a current law, or a new law, which is called a statutory referendum. In both cases, people must vote to either approve or reject the amendment or the new law. Creation of an initiative. The first step is for a citizen or a group of citizens to propose an amendment, and this can only be on one subject to avoid voters feeling like they're voting for multiple subjects in one package. The second step is to file the petition with the Secretary of State. The third step is to collect signatures. The amount of signatures must account to 15% of the number of voters from the previous state election. The fourth step is to turn in this petition with signatures 4 months before the next election. The last step is for voters to vote for the amendment on the ballot. Creation of a referendum. The first step is for the amendment to be proposed by state legislature. The second step is for the House and the Senate to approve the amendment separately. And then the last step is for people to vote. When the House and the Senate approve the amendments, this is done by a majority of vote, meaning that they don't have a specific percentage. So as you can see, there's less steps to the creation of a referendum, so it is much easier and faster. Similarities and differences between initiatives and referendums, which I kind of talked about a little bit already. Some of the similarities between initiatives and referendums are that both of them propose either an amendment or a new law. They're both voted on by citizens, and they're both clear examples of direct democracy. Some differences between initiatives and referendums are that an initiative is initiated by citizens or a citizen. A referendum is initiated by state legislature. In an initiative, the petitioner must collect that 15% that we talked about, 15% of the amount of voters from the previous election must sign the petition in order for the amendment to be placed on the ballot. On the other hand, a referendum can be placed on the ballot with just the majority of votes by the House and the Senate. So again, this is much quicker. Pros and cons for an initiative. Pros, it's requested by citizens, it's voted on by citizens, and it's a clear example of direct democracy. Some of the disadvantages of an initiative are the high signature percentage for petition. The state of Arizona has one of the highest signature percentages with 15%. Signature fraud is also a possibility, again, because the petitioners are attempting to reach this 15%. Another disadvantage of initiatives is that one region can account for that 15%, so this can present biases. There's not a specific rule stating that it has to be from different regions, that 15%. So again, this could be a very good reason for a bias petition to pass, and then if voted on, become an amendment. Referendum pros and cons. The pros of a referendum are one, that the majority vote needed from the House and the Senate makes it a lot faster and easier for a referendum to be passed. Another advantage is that people can accept or reject a referendum, which again shows a clear example of direct democracy. Cons for referendums are that misinformed citizens can veto referendums, meaning that they might not have researched or have enough knowledge on the referendum to vote accordingly. A referendum also gives the perception of a weak state legislator, meaning that the citizens might feel like the state government is weak due to all the power that is being given to the citizens or the people. Direct democracy. We've kind of been covering direct democracy throughout the presentation. So direct democracy is the conception or the principle that the people have the power, so it's ruled by the people. An initiative, as we talked about earlier, is when people propose amendments and those same people vote to approve or reject them. Again, your clear example of direct democracy being ruled by the people. A referendum, also, even though that one is initiated by state legislator, people again vote to either approve or reject the amendment or the new law if we're talking about a statutory referendum. Again, showing direct democracy. The bills or the amendments passed by state or legislator, again, can be rejected or approved, taking away some of that power from the state. I hope you liked the presentation. Thank you.